questions? Would anyone like to pose a question to any or all of us? Oh, I'm blind as a bat. There you are.
I'm just going to say the Brantford school is very Shakespearean, wide school. I like that. I was very curious, because I'm a writer for myself. Sort of, do you remember the first time you wrote your first time? How old were you? I'm just kind of curious as to how the process started for you. Was it just something that naturally came, or were you forced into writing a poem for an assignment, or?
Well, what you're asking is the first time we wrote something, or that you're aware of?
Yeah, when you first kind of took the pen to paper.
Yeah, I was in grade 9. I had a wonderful English teacher. It's probably the only teacher I had that was wonderful all the years I was in high school. And she introduced creative writing, I guess. And I sat in the last seat next to the door, and we had to write a story. And the girl in the very front, on the far left, she read a story. And I was so taken with it. I mean, it wasn't that great in retrospect, but it had a device in it that I was really surprised I never heard of. And that was, she told this fantastic story, and then at the very end, and she wrote, and then I woke up, it was all a dream. And I thought, this is amazing. So I erased the ending of mine, and I had myself waking up, and it was all a dream. It was just copying what she did. And we went down the rows, and I kept borrowing from here, borrowing from there, and putting it all together. And so finally, when I got to read mine, it made absolutely no frickin' sense. That's the first time I heard the word surreal, and I didn't know what that meant. And basically, I plagiarized everybody. But I was really turned on to writing in that class, and I'll tell you why. It's because when I went to high school, when I was in grade 8, my brother told me, he said, you're going to be going to high school, and you're going to take 3 languages. You're going to take French, you're going to take Latin, and you're going to take Shakespeare. I didn't know what Shakespeare was. And I got introduced to Shakespeare by this teacher, and she introduced us to the Dark Lady Sonnets by William Shakespeare. And I fell in love with those. And here I am in grade 9, 13 years old, 14 years old or whatever, and I wanted to be Shakespeare.
Good.
Another question, or would someone else like to answer that?
You want to answer or this question?
Well, I could. All right, very quickly. I put it this way. I started as a songwriter. I was 15. It was the very end of grade 9. I was about to go into high school in Nova Scotia in 1975, grade 10. And I was very worried about the problem of my popularity as a teen. And I had a huge problem because I couldn't play basketball. Worse than that, I was cut from the basketball team. So that was real proof that I couldn't play basketball. Then I was sent to join my local Baptist church choir. My parents sent me down to join the choir on a Friday night. And the choir master sent me back the same night because there was nothing that could be done with my voice. So there went my musical career. The only sport that I excelled in was track, which was very individual. So not real chance for high school glory in that area. And I couldn't play any instruments. So I was wondering, how am I going to be popular? And I thought, okay, I can't do anything else. I may as well try writing songs. Now, I couldn't write music, but I thought I could still maybe write lyrics. And so the day I finished junior high school, that very same day, I started writing 4 songs every day, 4 songs. I sometimes had a tune in mind, other times I didn't. But these verses would rhyme, and if it didn't rhyme, then I knew I was writing free verse. But if it rhymed, it was a song. And sooner or later it was going to be a hit, and so on. So I started reading books about how to be a better songwriter. And all these books in the mid-1970s that I was reading said, if you want to be a really good songwriter, you got to be a poet. You got to be like Bob Dylan. You got to be like Leonard Cohen. You got to be like Joni Mitchell. You got to be like Neil Young. You got to be like all these singer-songwriters. And so then I started to read poetry in order to become a better songwriter. And of course, everybody knows the story about Bob Dylan and Dylan Thomas and so on. It's because of Bob Dylan I started reading Dylan Thomas. And then eventually gravitated over to African American blues singers and their lyrics, which were always suggestive euphemisms about grinding coffee and liking jelly rolls and stuff like that. And as a teen, I found all that very electrifying. So I started when I was 15 with the songs, and then when I was 16, I grew up and switched over to writing poetry.
February 9th, 1964, a 12-year-old boy sat down on a Sunday night at 8 p.m. and watched the Beatles. And I woke up, and I was in grade 7, and I started writing poetry to get their attention.
My story is too long, so I will save it for another time. So we can close off.
Okay, so I think at this point I'll say, for my part, thank you, but I'm going to introduce Anna to come have a closing word for us.
Okay. So first, I want to thank you all, like Poet Laureate, joined so far away, gave us wonderful reading and so great energy and stories. And also want to thank the youth boys for the great performance. And thank you. And also host this event like very smoothly. And of course, I want to thank our culture division department and Paul and Catherine and all other members for support this event, organize this event, and also the League of Canadian Poets to sponsor this event. And especially for you, because as John said, audience, we read for the audience. We read for you, so I want to especially thank you for coming here and to celebrate poetry with us. And I hope our story of poems represent your voice. And I encourage you to send, some of you came here because of Mississauga news. And some people already respond to my question, can poetry matter? So I posted some comments on my website. So I encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts with us and send your feedback, send your comments, send your opinions to us. So, and I also wanted to quickly let you know, if for those who still wanted to chat with us and or have your book signed, we have another book there. And so some book is $10, some book is only $20. So you please get the book, and if you want to only chat with us, we are also welcome. So and because this building will close 9 o'clock, so we can meet near the outside the library near Celebration Square. Because why? Now Mississauga is so beautiful, and tonight the moon is so shining. So I encourage you to hang out with us and take a walk at the Celebration Square. It's very, very beautiful. Maybe you can find your romantic love. Enjoy the rest of night. And
I would like the last word. I want to, on behalf of the poets, I would like to congratulate and thank Anna for bringing us here and sharing our stories with you. And so, would you mind standing and applauding Anna?